Hey guys, LevelCap here, and today in gaming, Microsoft have finally spilled the beans. PUBG Mobile might be getting unbanned in India. We got new footage of Crysis Remastered running ray tracing on current-gen consoles, and more. Late last night, a leak hit the internet with footage of the Xbox Series X and its all-digital version, the Series S. The leak claimed the consoles are priced at $499 for the X and $299 for the S, and they will release on November 10th. Microsoft has since confirmed that the leak is partially correct. The Xbox Series S is indeed the all-digital version of the X. They also confirmed the price at $299 and that a $25 per month financing plan would be available through their Xbox All Access program. It'll run next-gen titles at 1440p, 120 FPS with ray tracing, and a custom 512GB SSD. The Series X, on the other hand, is the 4K powerhouse, running games natively at that resolution with up to 120 FPS output. However, Microsoft have not confirmed the bigger console pricing. That said, November 10th seems like a pretty reasonable date considering the original leak's accuracy and content. Now, the design of the Series S is also pretty interesting. It's being positioned as the smallest Xbox ever made and features a giant airflow grille. Sony and Microsoft have been trading blows all year with their next-gen announcements, but Microsoft has just set the holiday season stage. It's on Sony to reveal pricing and release dates now, but $300 for next-gen performance is kind of unheard of. Sony also have the all-digital PlayStation 5 in the works that will likely be offered at a reduced cost. Sony could also decide to take a hit on their bottom line and undercut Microsoft by slashing the pricing for the PS5. Of course, the real question is, what will players prefer? In terms of specs and content, Sony and Microsoft are basically neck and neck. They use similar hardware, similar storage solutions, and many next-gen launch titles are cross-platform releases that are also coming to PC. Now more than ever, the console and PC markets are in more direct competition. Nvidia recently threw down the gauntlet with the reveal of the next-gen GPUs that offer double the performance at nearly half their predecessor's cost. Sony are doing a presentation on the future of their VR solution, PSVR, tomorrow. While they might pull a surprise announcement and reveal their PlayStation 5 price and release date, it seems unlikely. India's government recently banned PUBG Mobile and over 100 other apps from their country due to privacy concerns from Chinese apps. Before being banned, PUBG Mobile was the top app in India with more than 40 million active users in the country alone. In response to the ban, PUBG Corp, the game's developer, is taking over publishing duties from Tencent, the Chinese mega company. India have not confirmed that the change in the publisher will get the game unbanned, however. While it seems likely that PUBG Mobile will eventually be unbanned, eventually could be a matter of weeks or even months. Eurogamer Digital Foundry recently did a studio tour of Crytek, the developers of the Crysis franchise. They got a hands-on first look at Crysis Remastered running on Xbox One X and the PlayStation 4 Pro. On both current-gen consoles, Crysis Remastered offers ray tracing. Unlike Nvidia's RTX features, Crytek's ray tracing solution doesn't require specialized hardware to accelerate the costly process. And while it's still a very demanding process, Crysis Remastered utilizes a technology called sparse voxel octree global illumination that essentially breaks scenes up into chunks to calculate lighting information and other effects. Now, I don't want to have to actually say the name of that technology again, so we're going to call it SVOG for short. This technology is so efficient that it can power global illumination on the Nintendo Switch version of the remaster. The Xbox One X and PlayStation 4 Pro version include ray tracing as an extension of SVOG, and it's pretty incredible looking. Digital Foundry's footage showcases many of the example scenes we've seen in the marketing for Crysis Remastered already, but it's hard to confirm the game's performance on the current-gen consoles with ray tracing enabled. Players can expect performance in the 30 FPS range on the Xbox One X with ray tracing on, but there are other modes with better performance and resolution options if you prefer. Nintendo dropped something of a bomb today, revealing a new Zelda title called Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity. It's a sequel to the 2014's Hyrule Warriors and serves as a prequel set 100 years before Breath of the Wild. Age of Calamity will offer brawler-style gameplay in the vein of Dynasty Warriors and includes Link, Zelda, and 4 champions as playable characters. Aside from the beat-em-up fights, players will also solve environmental puzzles. It debuts on the Nintendo Switch on November 20th. Epic and Apple's legal battle has been going back and forth for weeks now, but Epic have filed a new request asking for a temporary injunction that would force Fortnite back onto the iOS App Store while they await their September 28th court date. Epic claim that they've suffered irreparable harm from the ban. Daily usage of the app on iOS has dropped by 60% since the ban, and iOS players are stuck in limbo, unable to utilize crossplay with other platforms or get their hands on new content. While the temporary injunction hasn't been decided on yet, last month a judge on the case recommended that Epic comply with Apple's terms of service while their case moves forward. Apple have already confirmed Fortnite would be unbanned if Epic removed their in-game payment system that bypasses the iOS payment system. Depending on the outcome of what is likely to be a very lengthy and expensive legal battle, Epic might have to give up their crusade against Apple and remove their payment system. In our final story today, Lords of the Fallen 2 has another new developer. The game is a sequel to the 2014's Lords of the Fallen, a Dark Souls-like melee combat game, notable for its production value and solid combat. And while the game might miss the mark for hardcore Dark Souls players, it's found a pretty dedicated but small audience and sold well enough to warrant a sequel. Unfortunately, this new developer is the third studio to be handed the reins. The decision was made to move to a new studio after the game's second studio failed to hit a key milestone in the game's development, at least according to the publishers. The new studio is an in-house team called Hexworks, and it'll finish development for the project. They've promised a darker tone and more challenging game overall from the original. Lords of the Fallen is a next-gen title coming to the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and PC. No release date has been confirmed. And that wraps it up for today in gaming. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what story you thought was the most interesting in the comments down below. I'll see you guys next time. This is LevelCap signing off.